Sensei pointed out he has yet to use any successful techniques that are unique to Kenjutsu. He is trying various stances, but they don't lead to any particular attacks.
Right. You know why? He's correct. And the reason is that it was really difficult to pull those off on Martin because of the fact that he's so experienced in comparison to me. Then oftentimes I would try to do something, but he would anticipate it. So he could read my body language in a way that I couldn't read his. So whenever I did manage to hit him, it was either because I got a lucky strike or because I was placed in a position, in a situation, the situation naturally evolved in the flow of combat to a point where, yes, he was now at a disadvantage, and then I could exploit that. So that did happen a few times. I think I hit him, as I say, I cut him on the side once, cut him in the belly once, and I believe I placed a good hand strike at one point. But yeah. Oh, that was, I did hit him in the face there. It was a tsuki, and you couldn't really see it on this, but basically I thrust here, and then his head was moved. So, of course, if this was a real katana with a real sharp point, most likely it would have impaled, and I would say, for what I remember of the impact, it would have entered inside his gums. That's what I think from that strike. That was a good strike of mine. Some of his strikes are absolutely devastating, however. There are a few points when he cuts me multiple times. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, wrong distance for that one on me. Let's see. Yeah, then again, I misjudged the distance there. So here's the thing. I believe some people criticized us for this, and they said, oh, you're so horrible, you're so stupid, what are you doing? If it were me, and then there is all the super keyboard experts. Here's the thing, though. This is how you become a good swordsman. You try your techniques. If you can do all of your katana shadow boxing, you can do all of your kata, you can do all of your forms. If you never try to apply those onto someone who is an actual opponent and doesn't let you do it, like they do in kendo, for instance, then you don't know if you're going to be able to pull it off. This is what you do when you want to see if a technique works and what you need to do in order to properly react to what the opponent does to your original plan. Because remember, no plan survives contact with the enemy. And so I'm proud that we did this. And I don't care if my personal lack of skill in this case was shown, I guess, to the world. Who cares? I'm here to learn. And this is great because I can then rewatch it, or even better, have a professional rewatch it and tell me what I did wrong. And then I can do it again and again and again. And I can assure you that then both me and Martin will be much better swordsmen than any person who has never had an actual dueling experience. If you do like 15 years of sword combat, you would be very beautiful to look at. But you don't know if you can actually pull it off until you try and hit someone who doesn't want to be hit. And that's the truth.
Sensei noticed something about the Kenjutsu user.
Please.
でおそらくこっちの剣術側の人の剣術のイメージがおそらく蚊取り神道流
Okay, yeah, let me comment on that. Yes, at that time I was practicing Katori Shinto-ryu, but I do not represent the style in any way, shape or form. And as I did explain, so I hope that Shogo did watch that part where we explain this and tells the sensei that I am not in any way trying to say, oh, look, this is me using Katori Shinto-ryu, because of course I'm not qualified to do it. I didn't have enough experience at the time, nor do I now. That was me taking whatever I've learned from Katori Shinto-ryu, what I learned from about 3 years of kendo, and what I learned from Hima that I practiced in the Italian or German styles, put it all together and tried to use it and apply it, focusing on more on a Japanese way of fighting, considering the fact that I was using a katana. That's all. He's fantastic that he noticed. He probably noticed it because of this, that now I can't do because whatever. He probably noticed it because of that. So he's absolutely correct into seeing that there were some Katori Shinto-ryu techniques that I was trying trying to apply. The reason why they didn't work is because of my lack of experience.
なんじゃないですかね。ほらほら、こういうところね。
Makiuchi, yeah.
香取の巻き打ち。
Yes.
Observing his techniques, it seems he has experience in a Ryuha style called Katori Shintoryu.
Correct.
Katori Shintoryu is one of Japan's oldest Ryuha martial arts styles, and they have many branches and dojos worldwide. There was another point Sensei wanted to mention about these two fighting.
で結果全体を通して下段攻撃がないね、お互いにね。足元狙うとかそういうことはなかったですね。
そうですね. That is so true. Thank you so much for that, Seki Sensei, by the way. Next time I will try to place more leg attacks. And I really like how open-minded he is to all of this, by the way, because some of the fellow Katori Shintoryu practitioners at the time were so offended by this that they specifically demanded me to remove the video, which I refused. And that's when I left the dojo and I stopped practicing it because of all the hate that I was getting, simply because, well, I was trying to make videos to show my excitement for the style. I put all the disclaimers needed in every video where I was talking about Kenjutsu. But for some reasons, for some people, there wasn't enough. And they were so hateful. Again, not everyone in the Katori Shintoryu community is like this, but some people can be really, really toxic. And that led me to leaving the style and never practicing it ever again. And I don't intend on practicing it again because of the way I was treated, particularly on the Facebook page of the Katori Shintoryu group. It is what it is. I'm just telling it how it is.
ただこの赤いね、赤いパンツ履いてらっしゃる方、上手ですね。強い弱いとかまた置いといて、使い方うまいですね。
確かに。
いいと思いますよ。
As we've introduced in a previous video, in Japanese Kenjutsu, there are many like.
Okay, so that's great. So now he's gonna